Hey, this is Aaron Shaw with another edition of Coach's Corner. This is our weekly newsletter for some tips and tricks to help you stay as healthy and active as possible. And I'm recording this right now. The Tokyo Olympics, or the Olympics in Tokyo, are wrapping up today. And I think that I could go on for hours on just the amazing physical feats across the board, Olympic records, world records, and even performances that were not world record worthy were phenomenal. I mean, it's just from a physical perspective, what the body can do is incredible, and every couple of years it's nice to kind of see really kind of how far we can, or interesting to see how far we can push our bodies to do amazing things. But I think one of the highlights that I want to focus on here is the mental part of athletic performance, and tie that into our mental performance and our regular physical fitness at the level that we're at. Probably very few of us are Olympians or hope to be Olympians, so us mere mortals still strive for fitness and health if you're watching this video. And with that, we need to recognize that there are some mental and emotional parts of that that can help us achieve our goals, help us be content and happy, or not. So certainly one of the headlines of this Olympics has been Simone Biles, among a few others, but Simone Biles specifically, who was, in the U.S. touted as, going to win everything, the greatest of all time, all these amazing things, and ultimately, after a few events, pulled out for the vast majority of the events that she was going to compete in, citing something that they call the twisties in gymnastics, which is kind of losing your sense of space when you're up in the air spinning around, which I can completely understand. But also just the emotional stress of that and not being able to perform. And what I hope it does is highlight the fact that even the people that we look up to as health and fitness and performance icons are human as well. And for the best physical feats, and I would almost argue like some people who have the highest physical performance, things that are what we turn on the TV on the weekends and during the Olympics to see these amazing things, there's an equal sense of consequence to what it takes to achieve a certain level. And so when things are good, that's great, but when things kind of falter, it's easy for that emotional side to have really the floor drop out from underneath you. So I can tell you firsthand from going through a period of my life being a elite amateur athlete that the highs are great, off seasons, injuries, not meeting performance goals, letting people down, letting your teammates down. It's the emotional consequence of that is real, and it is hard to cope with, and it can, even though thankfully I've never ever felt anything that I would call clinical depression. I've worked with clients who have had clinical depression. I can assure you that what I've felt is nothing like that. But certainly being low and being stressed and anxious and kind of stuck in my head is not something that I would hope anybody ever goes through, but I can empathize with that. So I think the 2 cents here to take away for those of us that are really just kind of focusing on trying to be as healthy and active as possible, not competing, not thinking Olympics, but really kind of integrating, some goals that are hopefully realistic goals for us, lifestyle-based, that we cut ourselves some emotional slack at times. And if for any reason you feel like you can't either cope with an exercise program, or you can't cope with not achieving a certain goal that you want, or if some of the things that I'm dealing with, as long as I know some of my clients are dealing with, is I'm getting older, and it's the things that I used to be able to do, or maybe the ceiling is, I can see the ceiling, I can feel it, and sometimes I feel like it's actually coming down upon me, and that can be a tough pill to swallow. So first and foremost, I guess the 2 cents is, if you're feeling any sense of that, please connect with either your physio coach, connect with if you're really feeling some deep heart, emotional pressure, please consult a medical professional. It's not something to mess around with. And but if you're really feeling kind of like the pressure, either possibly self-inflicted, or maybe the external environment is putting some pressures on you that you can't cope with. If you're a client of ours, please reach out to us. We're happy to help and help, either change a program for you, or point you in the right direction of somebody who can, a professional who can specialize in this and really help pull you out of it. What I will do in this links in this video, description of this video, is put in a link for some services that could possibly be of help to you if you find yourself in an emotional rut, if you will. But take, for what it's worth, the no guts, no glory, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, tough it out. Some of the negative comments from, I suppose, social media, which is a whole other story to talk about, but there's been some negative blowback from specifically Simone Biles and other athletes that have backed out, or just not been able to cope emotionally for whatever their reason is. Yet we have to let that go and realize that we're all human. We all do the best we can, and so I suppose in conclusion, I tip my hat to Simone Biles and a few other athletes that have been brave enough and really shown fortitude far beyond the physical ability to say, I'm going to take care of myself. I have to take care of myself. I'm going to pull out. I'm going to back off. I'm going to hit the brakes, try to regroup, see what's going on. That is bravery and strength like no other. So with that, do the best you can with your exercise program. Health and fitness is a lifestyle. It's meant for you to be, to feel good. So if you're going through the routine of exercise, being thoughtful about exercise and movement and nutrition, recovering from injury and the bumps and bruises that happen along the way, and if you still don't feel good emotionally, you need to get that checked out. Because the whole purpose of this is just to enjoy the sense of resilience and strength. And so if you're not feeling that, we need to recoup, we need to check in and see what we can do to change that. So with that, please take care of your mental health. Of course, nutrition helps, sleep, balanced life, support system, tap into your network, your family and your friends. And if there's anything we can do to help you along this journey, please feel free to reach out to us. And until then, take care of yourself.